The prayer of 3 continuous practices. Prayer to the Buddha, in other words. Teacher, perfect, transcendent conqueror, thus gone, destroyer of harm, utterly pure and perfectly enlightened one, possessing perfect knowledge and conduct. You who have gone to bliss, knower of the world, steersman for all beings to be trained, unexcelled, teacher of gods and humans, to you, Buddha, Lord Buddha, glorious conqueror, Shakyamuni, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. So this is said 3 times. Teacher, perfect, transcendent conqueror, thus gone, destroyer of harm, utterly pure and perfectly enlightened one, possessing perfect knowledge and conduct. You who have gone to bliss, knower of the world, steersman for all beings to be trained, unexcelled, teacher of gods and humans, to you, Lord Buddha, glorious conqueror, Shakyamuni, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. Chief among humans, when you were born, you took your 7 strides 7 steps upon this earth and said, I am supreme in this world. To you who then revealed your wisdom, I prostrate. You of perfect form, supreme in possessing the utterly pure Kaya's ocean of wisdom. You are like a golden mountain, your fame radiating throughout the 3 worlds. Protector who attained the highest level, I prostrate to you. You who have the supreme marks, your countenance like the immaculate moon, your color like gold. To you I prostrate. To you, free of all flaws, unmatched in the 3 realms, unequaled in the wisdom of you possess. To you I prostrate. Protector with great compassion, being omniscient, you are the teacher, filled with infinite merit and good qualities. You who are thus gone, to you I prostrate, through purity, freeing from attachment, and through virtue, liberating from the lower realms. Lower realms are unique in leading to the supreme ultimate truth, to the Dharma that brings peace, I prostrate. Those who, being liberated, show the path to freedom and dwell perfectly in the purity of the trainings, as are filled with the qualities of the sublime, to the Sangha too I prostrate. Do not wrong at all, perfectly accomplish good, and utterly tame your mind. This is the teaching of the Buddhas. Like stars, visual aberrations, candle flames, magic tricks, dewdrops, bubbles, dreams, lightning flashes, clouds, see all compounded things as being like these. By this merit may we attain the level of omniscience, overcome all the enemies that are our faults, and free from the ocean of existence all beings buffeted by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. Next we have the prayer of the series of reincarnations of Avalokiteshvara. Clouds of ambrosial blessings, a prayer relating the sublime series of lives of the great sovereign protector, all-knowing, all-seeing Lord of victorious ones, our guides in existence and peace. Om Swasti. Praised like an immaculate lotus by the Buddhas, displaying great courage in this realm and age of strife. Embodiment of the 4 Kayas, Buddha bodies, who has perfected in elimination and realization. Sublime teacher who fulfills all the goals, bestow virtue and good fortune. Though fully enlightened as the sublime essence of all the Sugatas, you appear as the performer's son of the infinite light and infinite life. Sole guide in the land of snows, embodiment of all the Buddha's compassion, to you, the teacher of Avalokiteshvara, we pray. In the dramatic display of your manifestations as a protector benefiting beings, you have come successively as supreme conquerors, 36 emanations in the sublime land of India, 10 Dharma kings in Tibet, and 17 accomplished Panditas, a line of incarnations as majestic and beautiful as a range of golden mountain. To the King, Lord of the universe, and radiant child of light, and the Prince, free of desire, ever joyful, and the King, divine birth, and to the Dharma King, servant of the 3 jewels, we pray. To the Bodhisattva, firm faith, glorious and excellent, unshakable faith, King, burgeoning intellect, joyful holder of the vow of chastity, the Upasaka well respected, and the glorious gem who upheld the Vinaya, we pray. To moon child and jewel essence, lotus and rays of love, lions roar, and the Bodhisattva glory of sublime bliss, and to divine King we pray. He who expands the community and King of Purang, golden anther and hair emanation, child of 8, shepherd like king, and to the Brahmin loveliest gem we pray. To the excellent concentration, sage of the eternal ground, king of Ireland, and Solong the wanderer, king giver of refuge, the emperor upholder of learning, and to the Dharma King, glorious virtue we pray. To the Lion of Kings, who first ruled the land of snows, Nyati Tsempo, From the great Sal lineage, Esholek and Detul Namshungtsen, and the sovereign Yonggur Nyemede, we pray. To the king, Trabungtsen and Thorin Jensen, in whose reign the sacred Dharma first appeared in Tibet, and to Songtsen Gampo, who had the 2 statues of Shakyamuni brought to Tibet and established the grammar and the law, we pray. To Du Songje, who introduced tea, porcelain, and other customs to Tibet, and to the Lord Tisung Detsen, who built a center of learning in 3 architectural styles, invited the abbot and the master, had brought the scriptures and commentaries, and established the monastic order, we pray. To Tirabachin, who revised the translations, put all the teachings in order, and worked hard to support the Sangha, and to Krishnacharya, who attained the accomplishment of Chakrasamvara and brought the Dharma to the 13 lands, we pray. To the great Domdun Gyewe Jungne, heart son of the Bankara and father of the Kadamba tradition, to the great treasure finder Ngada Nyang, and to the Guru Chawang, who received the epitome of Lama's secrets, we pray. To the great Pandita of Ngari Pema Wang Buddhe, master of the northern treasure, who acquired miraculous powers, Shekil Pagba, who subjugated Mongolia and brought peace to Tibet, and to the most learned Pema Dorje from Nepal, we pray. To Kaja Gombawa, accomplished in the practice of Vishravan, Sachen Kunga Nyingbo, who was blessed by Virupa, Drogon Yudagba, who obtained the real signs of accomplishment, and to Yazang Chominchen, we pray. To Sumduni Yishitsung, who cured physical and mental ailments, Haji Gewabum, who protected beings from fear, Dakshan Lodriyel, the monk from the Kwan family, and to Rinchen Keshokto, we pray. To Samyepa, son of the second Buddha, Jayan Cheche, who founded Drepung, and to all the others who display the magical show of countless emanations in infinite phantasmagoric array, we pray. Born in the Se region, in the family of Gurming Arpo, the sublime heart son of Jamgun Tsongkhapa, given the title omniscient by the most famous and learned Panditas, to the victorious Gedindrup. So from here, the series of Dalai Lamas, incarnation of Dalai Lamas starts. We pray. And next is Gendun Gyatso, the second Dalai Lama, then Sonam Gyatso, the 4th Dalai Lama, and Yundin Gyatso, the 4th. And then Ngawan Losang Gyatso, the 5th Dalai Lama, Rinchen Tsayang Gyatso, the 6th Dalai Lama, and so forth. Bonjour, this is blessing for the tea now. To you, O Supreme Lord, Noble Lotus Holder, you are the adamant and gentle golden glory who has the mastery of speech. Your vase of sublime insight is replete with the nectar of exalted wisdom, and you are the embellishing jewelry, beautifully adorning the vast, playful ocean of upholders of Dharma. We make this offering of tea to you. And next is offering of the ceremonial sweetened rice. So that was a short prayer of long life. Sam Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddha. This starts the long life ceremony of white Tara, of the wish-fulfilling wheel, by the great fifth Dalai Lama. Swabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Swabhava Shuddha, with the Shunyata mantra, the Lama, to whom this long life ceremony is offered, dissolves into emptiness. From the sphere of emptiness, an indestructible jewel throne appears that is supported by 8 great lions. The throne is marked by a double vajra, at the center of which is the seed syllable palm. The palm transforms into a white lotus flower with 8 petals. At the center of the lotus, there is a moon disk on which the seed syllable appears, transforms into moon disk on which appears white seed syllable Dham, which is essentially the primordial wisdom that is a union of bliss and emptiness, free from any conceptuality. This wisdom is the mind of the excellent Lama, who has the nature of all the Buddhas of the past, present, and future. From the white thumb, rays of light emanate, making offerings to the Arya Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and benefiting sentient beings. The rays of light return and dissolve into the thumb, which transforms into glorious excellent Lama, Reverend Tara, of wish-fulfilling wheel, Chindamani Chakra Tara. Her body is as white as the color of the autumn moon, and like a stainless crystal jewel, it is pure and radiate light. She has one face with 3 eyes and 2 arms, and youthful appearance of a 16-year-old. Her right hand is in the gesture of granting sublime accomplishments. Between her left ring finger and left thumb, she holds the stem of a white upala flower at her heart. The flower blooms at the level of her left ear. The single stem bears the trio of the flower in the center, a fruit on the right, and a flower but on the left, representing the Buddhas of the past, present, and future. Her hair is in color of sapphire, with some tufts tied in a top knot, and the rest falling loosely over her shoulders. She is adorned with various kinds of precious jewels and wears an upper garment of multicolored silk and a lower garment of red silk. She sits with her legs in the cross-legged Vajra posture. There is an eye in each of her palms and soles of her feet. So, with 3 eyes on her face, she has a total of 7 wisdom eyes. At the back of her seat, there is a moon with a luminous halo. At the crown of her head is the white seed syllable Om. At her throat, red seed syllable A, seed syllable A, and at her heart is the blue seed syllable Hum. Rays of light emanate from the Hum at her heart, inviting the Reverend White Tara, who is surrounded by a host of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas from their natural abode, Om Vajra Sama Ja. Blessed One, to you, you became protector of sentient beings without exception. You are the meditational deity who destroys the formidable host of evil forces and knows all things exactly as they are. Please come to this place with your retinue. Blessed One, over numerous countless eons, you have trained in compassion out of your loving affection. Your aspirations are vast, and your visions complete. And now is the time to fulfill your pledge to benefit living beings. So, from the spontaneously present palace of the expansive reality, display all kinds of wondrous emanations and blessings, and to liberate limitless masses of sentient beings, please come here together with your completely pure retinue. Za Hum Bum Ho. The wisdom being becomes inseparable from the Lama, who is Tara of the wish-fulfilling wheel. Again, from the seed syllable Hum at the heart of the Lama, who is Tara, wish-fulfilling wheel, rays of light emanate, inviting the empowerment deities, the Tathagatas of the five noble families, together with their retinues, Om Vajra Sama Ja. They are requested to bestow the empowerment with words. All Tathagatas, please bestow the empowerment on this manifestation of Tara of the wish-fulfilling will. The empowerment deities recite Om Sarva Tathagata Abhikegata Samaya Shriye Hum, and bestow the empowerment by pouring water from the vase on the crown of the head of Lama, who is Tara, wish-fulfilling wheel. Her body is filled with the water, purifying all her defilements. The surplus water becomes Amitabha, who adorns her head. Om Vajram Mrita Kundali Hana Hana Om Pet. Om Svabhava Shuddha. Everything is purified. Om Svabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Svabhava Shuddha Hum. Everything dissolves into emptiness. From the sphere of emptiness, the seed syllable Om appears and transforms into a large and precious jewel vessel, each containing the seed syllable Om. The Oms melt into light and transform into divine offerings: water to drink, water to wash feet, water to wash face, purifying water, sprinkling to remove destructive forces, flowers, incense, light, fragrance, food, music, and so on. These gifts are all pure and unobstructed, like space. Om Argam Ahum Padiam, Om Prashanam, Om Manzamanam, Ahum Pushpa, Om Budubia, Loglugyam, Gendia, Nividia, Shapta, Ahum Rupa, Shapta Genderasa, Sparsha Ahum. This ground inundated with the perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the four continents, the sun and the moon. We visualize this as a Buddha filled and offer it to you. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niyatayame. Om Guru Aryatara Sabare Vare Punzame Kasaba Aryatara Sabare Vare Punzananam Punzame Kasaba Samaya Shriya Om Aryatara Sabare Vare Sabare Om Guru Aryatara Sabare different offerings, water to drink, and so forth. Raya Tare Sabare Ware Barage Jameka Samanda Barana Samaya Shriya Raya Tare Sabare Ware Bande Jameka Sabare Raya Tare Sabare Ware Dirvade Bandameka Sabare Guru Ayatare Sabare Vare Shabda Banza Mega Samudra Safaran Shri
Om Benza Wanjaye
So Om Benza So these are offerings, 7 subsidiary of precious possessions or offerings. Offering garments. Offering ornaments, and then offering 7 precious symbols, and then subsidiary precious symbols. And then 8 auspicious symbols. Offering of 5 sense objects, form, music, fragrance, taste. Fragrance, taste, tactile objects. Offering a parasol. Offering of victory banner and offering banner. And then offering fabric. Next is offering music. And then praise to the Lord. Aryatara, Mother Tare, you liberate beings from Sara. With Tutare, you liberate beings from the 8 fears. And with Tare, you liberate beings from death. We prostrate to you, O Tara. You are sitting in cross-legged Vajra posture on a seat formed of full moon disk. It is in the center of a white lotus. Prostrations to you, the lady who grants sublime accomplishments. You shine as bright as the autumn moon. Mother, you are leaning on a moon backrest. You are fully adorned with all the ornaments and hold an upala flower. We prostrate to you. You have the grace of 16-year-old. All the perfect Buddhas are your children, Mother. You graciously grant us our wish. We prostrate to you, Aryatara. Your white wheel radiates with rays of light, on the 8 spokes of which are the 8 syllables, which have the aspect of perfect rotation. We prostrate to you who bears a wheel. At the heart of the Lama, who is Reverend Tara, there is a white wheel which has the nature of the moon. The wheel has 8 spokes and 5 rims. Its hub is the white seed syllable Tam. The Tam is surrounded by mantra Om A Guru Vajradhara Bhattaraga Manju Shri Vagindra Sumati Jnana Shasana Dara Samudra Shri Bhadra Sarvas Shri Bhadra Siddhi Aryu Pune Jnana Pushtam Guru. In front of the syllable Om at the back of... In front is syllable Om, at the back is syllable Ha. On the 8 spokes, starting at the front and moving clockwise, are the remaining 8 syllables of Dara, mantra, Dare, Tutare, Dure, Swaha. Swaha. On the innermost rim of the wheel, in the counterclockwise direction, are the vowels of the Sanskrit alphabet, Om, A, I, U, U, R, L, E, I, O, Au, A. On the next outer rim, in the clockwise direction, are the consonants of the Sanskrit alphabet, Kaka Gaganga, Tata Dadanya, Tata Dadana, Tata Dadana, Papa Babama, Yara Lava Shasha, Sahatya. On the next outer rim, in the clockwise direction, are the syllables of mantra, Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava Hetu Nishanta, Tagoda Hyavada, Tikansayo Nirudeva, Vatimashramana. On the next rim are the garland of blue vajras. On the outermost rim is a garland of rays of light in 5 kinds of colors. Invoking the lineage masters of this practice is next. Blessed One Buddha, Lord of sages, we invite you to come to this place. Having come to this place, Supreme Abbot, may you prolong the life of our glorious sacred Lama by 100 eons. Please grant him the spiritual accomplishments of an immortal life. Om Dare Do Dare Do Re Sadguru Ra Yupunijana Pushtum Kuru Swaha. Taro of the wish-fulfilling will, the learned Ngawan Tragba, and the scholar adept Vajrasana, we invite you to come to this place. Having come to this Supreme Abbot, may you prolong the life of our glorious sacred Lama by 100 eons. Please grant him the spiritual accomplishments of immortal life. Om Tare Do Tare Do Re Guru Sadguru Yu Punijana Puchim Guru Swaha. The great translator Rinchen Tragwa, the Lord of the accomplished ones, Lenapa, and the spiritual guide, the great Deba, we invite you to come to this place. Having come to this Supreme Abbot, may you prolong the life of our glorious sacred Lama by 100 eons. Please grant him the spiritual accomplishments of an immortal life. Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Re Sadguru Ra Yupinajana Pushtum Guru Swaha. The Dharma King, Daoshunu, the meditator Tsudim Nyingpo, and the juniors meditator Sherif Changchup, we invite you to come to this place. Having come to this Supreme Abbot, may you prolong the life of our glorious sacred Lama by 100 eons. Please grant him the spiritual accomplishment of an immortal life. Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Re Sadguru Ra Yupunijana Puchum Guru Swaha. The peerless Vinaya holder of Dhakpo, the Dharma master Jigung Lingpa, and Lama Damju Lingpa, we invite you to come to this place. Having come to this Supreme Abbot, may you prolong the life of our glorious sacred Lama by 100 eons. Please grant him the spiritual accomplishment of an immortal life. Om Dare Tu Dare Tu Re Sadguru Ru Ayupunijana Pucham Guru Swaha. The guide Chögyatsutim, the incomparable Lama Lalungpa, and the great kid of Togne. We invite you to come to this place. Having come to this Supreme Abbot, may you prolong the life of our glorious sacred Lama by 100 eons. Please grant him the spiritual accomplishment of an immortal life. The learned and respectable Chögyo Wangchuk, the Supreme Guide Changjung Sangpo, and the omniscient Tashi Namgyal, we invite you to come to this place. Having come to this Supreme Abbot, may you prolong the life of our glorious sacred Lama by 100 eons. Please grant him the spiritual accomplishment of an immortal life. Om Tare To Sadguru Ro. Sadguru Ro Yupuni Jana Puchim Kuru Swaha. Next, the Chiang Sunim Hawang, the tutor Belden Gelsen, and the great Pandita Chola Namgyal. We invite you to come to this place, having come to the Supreme Abbot. May you prolong the life of our glorious sacred Lama by 100 eons. Please grant him the spiritual accomplishment of immortal life. Om Tare To Sadguru Ru Yupuni Jana Pushim Kuru Swaha. The Dharma King Tsarchen, the omniscient Khenze Wangchuk, and the greatly learned Lapsum Gyaltsen, we request you to come to this place, having come to this Supreme Abbot. May you prolong the life of our sacred Lama by 100 eons. Please grant him this spiritual accomplishment of an immortal life. Om Tare To Sadguru Ru Ayupuri Jana Puri Kuru Swaha. The all-pervading Lord Wangchuk Rapten, the Vajra holder Master Kajurwa, and the greatly learned Sewang Lintup. We invite you to come to this place. Having come to this Supreme Abbot, may you prolong the life of our glorious Lama by 100 eons. Please grant him the spiritual accomplishment of an immortal life. Om Tare To Sadguru Ru Punijana Puchankuru Swaha. Ayur Punijana Puchankuru Swaha. The omniscient Losang Gyatso, the elder Jamyang Thakpa, and the learned and respectable Losang Tempa, we invite you to come to this place. Having come to this Supreme Abbot, may you prolong the life of our glorious sacred Lama by 100 eons. Please grant him the spiritual accomplishment of an immortal life. Om Tare To Sadguru Ru Ayupuni Jana Puchinkuru Swaha. The all-pervasive Lord, the Supreme Lord, ruler of the myriad Buddha families, Ngawang Chogden, and my kind root teacher, we invite you to come to this place. Having come to this Supreme Abbot, may you prolong the life of our glorious sacred Lama by 100 eons. Please grant him the spiritual accomplishments of an immortal life. Om Tare To Sadguru Sadguru Yupuni Jana Puchinkuru Swaha. From the heart of the Lama and from the heap of grains, resembling the front generation, innumerable rays of light emanate. Amitabha, who dons the head of the Lama, transforms into Amitayus, who is the protector of immeasurable longevity and primordial wisdom. His body is white with a red tinge, and he has one face and two arms, two hands. His hands are in the gesture of meditative equipoise, holding a golden vase that is filled with nectar of immortality. He is adorned with silk garments and precious ornaments. His legs are in the cross-legged Vajra posture. At the heart of Amitayus is the syllable Shri, from which rays of light emanate in the 10 directions, gathering all the longevity and merit contained in the universe and its inhabitants within samsara and nirvana. In the form of rays of light, the longevity and merit enters the vase, the vase, and become the nectar stream of immortality within. The nectar stream rises, overflows the vase, and enters the body of the glorious Lama through the opening at the crown of his head. His entire body is filled with the nectar, purifying all the dangers of disease, negative influences, harmful actions, obscurations, and premature death that appears to us impure, our impure perceptions. The Lama attains the spiritual accomplishment, immortality. From the wheel and the mantra at the heart of the Lama, immeasurable streams of honey-sweet nectar of immortality and rays of light emitting the sound of mantra emanates. The body of the glorious Lama is completely filled with the nectar and the light from the crown of his head to the sole of his feet, purifying all the dangers of disease, negative influences, harmful actions, obscurations, premature death that appear to our impure perception. The Lama attains the spiritual accomplishment of immortality. The nectar drips out of all the pores of his Lama's body like dewdrops. Again, from the syllable Dham, the mantra garland at the heart of the Lama, rays of light. Like 1,000 moon rising simultaneously emanate, filling his entire body and cleansing them, purifying all the dangers of disease, negative influences, harmful actions, obscurations, and premature death that appear to our impure perception. The rays of light radiate out through the pores of his body, forming a large tent of white light that surrounds his body at a distance of an arm's length. All the peaceful and enlightened activities are accomplished. Again, rays of yellow light, which are like refined gold, emanate from the syllables at the heart of the Lama and fill his entire body. They increase his longevity, merit, and primordial wisdom. The rays of light radiate out through the pores of his body, forming a tent of yellow light outside and at an arm's length away from the white tent formed earlier. All the increasing enlightened activities are accomplished. Again, from the mantra garland at the heart of the Lama, rays of light, like the color of coral, emanate and fill his entire body. They bring everything that is immobile and movable, and the world and inhabitants are under their control. The rays of light radiate throughout the pores of his body, forming a tent of red light outside of and at arm's length from the yellow tent formed earlier. All the powerful enlightened activities are accomplished. Again, from the mantra garland at the heart of the Lama, rays of deep blue light emanate, filling his entire body and eliminating all opposing forces. The rays of light radiate out through the pores of his body, forming a tent of deep blue light outside and at an arm's length from the red tent formed earlier. All the wrathful enlightened activities are accomplished. Again, from the mantra garland at the heart of the Lama, rays of green light like molten emerald emanate, filling his entire body, through which all common and supreme spiritual accomplishments are attained. The rays of light, they radiate out through the pores of his body, forming a tent of green light outside of him and at an arm's length away from the deep blue tent formed earlier. All the wrathful and enlightened activities are accomplished. Again, from the mantra garland at the heart of the Lama, brown rays of light emanate, filling his entire body and stabilizing all his accomplishments. The rays of light radiate out through the pores of his body, forming a tent of brown light outside and at an arm's length from the green tent formed earlier. Through this, all the blessings and enlightened activities are stabilized. The 6 tents of light form a single egg-shaped structure that is solid and firm, and not even the wind at the end of the eon can destroy it. The space between them is filled with newly blossomed and fresh upala flowers that are pliant, swirling, and insubstantial, immaterial. Inside the white tent and outside of the body of the glorious Lama is a white wheel with 8 spokes, which are hollow like 2 hats, joined together in a cupped fashion. The wheel turns clockwise. There is a mass of fire that blazes and stirs and instantly burns up and scorches negative forces and obstacles like a feather that has fallen on a blacksmith's charcoal kiln. Om Dare Do Re Sadguru Ra Buniyana Puchan Guru So Om Dare Do Re Sadguru Ra Mama Yu Puniyana Puchan Guru So Om Dare Do Re Om A Guru Benzadara Vararaga Mantu Shri Vagendra Sumadiyana Shasana Dara Samudra Shri Badra Sarva Sedi Mama Yu Puniyana Puchan Guru So Om Dare Do Re Ma Oma Guru Badara Bararaga Mantushri Wagindra Suma de Jana Shazandara Samudra Shribadra Sarvasiddhi Mama Yopuni Jana Puchin Guru Swaha Jana Puchin Guru Swaha Bema Sadu Samaya Manabala Bema Sadu Janapati Tindro Meba Sudusha Meba Subuki Meba Anuratu Meba Sarvasiddhi Meba Yata Savakarma Sutsam Sitam Shriam Krum Ha Ha O Bhagavan Sabataga the Benza Mama Benza Masama Sadwa Hum Pe Manabala Yabata Santapati Tindro Meba Sudugam Subuki Meba Anuratu Meba Sarvasiddhi Meba Yata Savakam Sitam Shriam Krum Ha Ha O Bhagavan There's 100-syllable mantra. Is recited to purify any omission or excess in the recitation of the mantra ritual. All kinds of offerings of humans and gods fill the entire space. By the power of the three jewels and Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, through the power of the truth of the three jewels and the blessings of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, inconceivable truth of the power of suchness, may everything be transformed into suchness. This is the second name prayer. So whatever small virtue I have accumulated through these practices of prostration, worshipping, confessing, rejoicing, requesting to teach, and entreating not to pass away, I shall dedicate them all for the great enlightenment. Offering the talk to the Lama. By offering this savory edible to the Lama, may all sentient beings be able to accomplish good. This is the invocation of the Dharma protectors of Tibet and guardian deities of Tibet. Listen in order to protect the central and the peripheral regions of the cool land of Tibet, which is the special domain of the lotus holder. By virtue of the power of supreme merit and prayer, we earnestly invite the guardian deities and the local deities who intercede and move around in Tibet. In particular, we invite the Dharma protectors and the fierce guardian deities, such as the 5 sisters of long life, the host of 12 local female deities, the 9 indigenous ancestral deities, the 13 guru deities summoned by kings and their retinue to come here as our guests. Different appealing foods and drinks, such as 3 white and 3 sweet offerings, butter, champa dishes, and exquisite liquor, risen from the magical play of substances, mantra incantation, meditative concentration, precious gems, fine silk brocades, arms, and offerings pleasing to the eyes, and fragrant incense that removes all impure faults, and so forth. In particular, prolong the life of the protector of the land of snows and of the sacred holders of the teachings, spread the Buddha's teaching and well-being and happiness of living beings who are as infinite as space, and spontaneously fulfill the wishes of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So we make this mandala offering to the omniscient, great, knowing, and all-seeing, the incomparable Master who is sovereign in the 3 realms of existence. To request him to live for a long life, we make this offering of Mandala. Om Vajra Bhumi Ahu, mighty golden ground, Om Vajra Reke Ahu, encircled by the wall of iron mountains. In the center, Mount Meru, king of mountains. In the east, noble body. In the south, rose apple. In the west, cattle using. In the north, unpleasant sound, body and the noble body. yak-tail and other yak-tail, deceitful and traveling the supreme path, unpleasant sound and companion unpleasant sound, precious mountain, wish-granting tree, wish-fulfilling cow, uncultivated harvest, precious wheel, precious jewel, precious queen, precious minister, precious elephant, precious horse, precious general, great treasure vase, grace goddess, garland goddess, song goddess, dance goddess, flower goddess, incense goddess, light goddess, perfume goddess, sun and moon, precious parasol and banner of victory over all directions. In all directions, in the center, the riches of gods and heavens, perfect, lacking none, nothing, pure and enchanting. To the glorious, holy, kind Guru and lineage Gurus, and especially to you, glorious and good refuge protector, Lord of the victorious ones, omniscient, great, all-knowing and all-seeing one, Jizun Jambe Ngawalosa Aisha Gyatso Sizun Yotsongba Mebede, the incomparable sovereign ruler in the three realms. To you we offer this pure and intent to request you to live for 100 eons for the benefit of the Dharma and sentient beings. Please accept this. Please compassionately accept it for the sake of living beings. Having accepted it, please look upon me and all other living beings equaling the extent of the space with great compassion and grant us the supreme and common attainments. Is ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with the moon, Meru, the four continents, the sun and the moon. We visualize it as a Buddha fields and offer it to you. May all living beings, sentient beings, enjoy the pure land. The magnificent body of the Sublime Lama, who embodies the conquerors of the three times, is the treasure wheel of inexhaustible endowments. May you firmly remain and make our lives meaningful by seeing, hearing, and remembering you. The melodious speech of the Sublime Lama, who embodies the conqueror of the three times, is the treasure wheel of inexhaustible endowments. May you grant the celebration of benefit and happiness for living beings without distinction through the nectar of your profound and extensive Dharma. The excellent mind of the Lama, Sublime Lama, who embodies the conquerors of the three times, is the treasure wheel of inexhaustible endowments. May you never waver from, but firmly remain in the yogas of the six perfections and the two profound stages. And next is offering a vase. By offering this precious vase, the enchanting celestial mansion filled with the ambrosial essence of the immortal deities and the elixir of life. May he be a great source of all good qualities to fulfill the hopes of living beings like a wish-fulfilling jewel. And next is offering the symbol of Buddhas of the 5 noble families. By offering the symbol of the 5-fold blessed Buddha families, who are the nature of the 5-fold primal wisdom, may the Lamas exalt enlightened deeds of turning the wheel of Dharma in accordance with the various capacities of living beings, pervade the limits of space. And then next is offering long life liquor. By drinking the melted substance of the 5 kinds of nectar of immortality, the refined extracts of the good qualities of samsara and nirvana, may you be unshaken by the enemy, the lord of death, and be perfect in bliss and emptiness. By taking the medicine that cures the 404 diseases, the glorious food that combines all essence, may you conquer obstacles, diseases, and harmful forces, and attain the indomitable body of qualities. Next is the tail offering of the 7 precious royal emblems. By offering you this precious wheel, which is created from the divine substances, offering these 7 precious royal emblems, which are endowed with the sovereignty of the Dharma of the Supreme Vehicle, praised by all conquerors of the 3 times, may the sovereign of the Dharma always be firm. The wheel, the victorious banner, the parasol, the infinite knot, the lotus flower, the excellent vase, the golden fishes, and the right coiled conch shell are the 8 sublime auspicious symbols. We offer them for virtue and goodness to flourish in all directions and at all times. Simply by being touched, seen, heard, or remembered, they remove all ignorance in auspicious things and bestow supreme splendor by offering these 8 auspicious substances blessed by the conquerors. May virtue and goodness shine forth. So this is offering the 8 auspicious substances together. The long life prayer of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, written by his 2 tutors. Om Swasti, magic of dance of the infinite conquerors, three secrets, all appearing in such ways as tame, wish-granting gems, source of all the worlds and nirvana's goodness, assemblies of kind direct and lineage gurus. To you we make request with intense longing, grand inspiration that Tenzin Gyatso, Lord of the land of snows, may live 100 years unperishing and his aims be achieved of themselves. So this prayer goes through the invocation of the lineage lamas and then the Buddha. Dustless apparition of great bliss of wisdom, acting like clouds in the whole Dharma Dhatu space, appearing as countless supporting and supported mandalas. All you assemblies of Yidam deities, to you we make request with intense longing, grand inspiration that Tenzin Gyatso, Lord of the land of snows, may live 100 eons unperishing and his aims be achieved of themselves. Abandonment and realization complete, you help with perpetual play of light of your actions in oceans of samsaric worlds, 10-powered ones, gods and gods of gods. All you infinite conquerors of the three times, to you we make request with intense longing, grand inspiration that Tenzin Gyatso, the land of snows, may live 100 eons, unperishing, his aims be achieved of themselves. To the Buddhas, and then Dharma, and then Sangha, and then Dakas and Dakinis, and then Dharma protectors, praying to them, asking them to grant inspiration that Tenzin Gyatso, Lord of the land of snows, may live 100 eons, unperishing, and his aims be achieved of themselves. By virtue of this request to the non-deceptive supreme refuges, with intense heartfelt devotion, may the sole protector of the land of snow beings, wrecked by the degenerate ages, ceaseless tortures, exalted Ngawang Losang Tenzin Gyatso, his three secrets unaltered, unchanging, non-declining, stay ever firm on his throne of quite indestructible Vajra essence, for oceans of eons unshakable. Just as he wishes, who bears on his brave shoulders the burden of all the infinite conqueror's deeds, with the essence of jewels that benefit all powerful divine actions made happen spontaneously. May the fortunate eons, age of perfection, sky door. Thus free beings always into the refreshing spring of the sages' doctrines, increasing in all times and places. May lucky signs spread to samsara's and nirvana's peaks. Let your stream of inspiring nectar, lotus bearer, ripen forever as courage in myself and others. Please, with our offering of practice as taught, let us traverse the ocean of supreme conduct of all good. By the power of the conquerors and their marvelous children's inspiration, the non-deceptive truth of the dependent arising and our pure special intention, may all wished-for aims be accomplished quickly and easily. Deeper artists presenting a song of praise to His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So, according to the traditional Tibetan lunar calendar, His Holiness is 90 on this day. It's the fifth day of the fifth month of the lunar calendar of this dragon year. So this song is accordingly composed to celebrate the 90th year of His Holiness. This long life prayer, the melody of the nectar of immortality, a prayer for the long life of His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama, Supreme Victor and Dalai Lama, Supreme Victor and Omniscient One, is written by Jamyang Khyentse Chökyi Lodro Rinpoche. The vast Swasti, the vast love and primordial wisdom of the Buddhas, all are embodied in Lokeshwara, white like a dazzling snow mountain, sublime and holy world of the world. Lord of the worlds, you who are His emanation, a guru for each and every being in the three realms, may you be victorious, wondrous and without equal in the three realms, omniscient and as unique as the Dumwara flower, great crown jewel for the teachings and all beings on earth, the supreme victorious one, holder of the lotus, I pray for your long life, always and forever enlightened. Yet in this age of conflict, you gather living beings within your embrace. Your resolve and your commitment unshakable like a Vajra, great Lord on the 10th Bhumi. I pray for your long life. All the realizations of the stages of the path of enlightenment are merged as one with your sacred body, speech, and mind, your qualities and knowledge and love, inconceivable, second Buddha of the north. Of northern land, I pray for your long life. Of teaching, debate, and composition, your mastery is unimpaired. In you, the 8 great treasures of brilliance have opened wide with specific, perfect understanding. You teach the Dharma. You who are victorious in every direction, I pray for your long life. Through your explanation, accomplishment, and activity, you spread the enlightened Tsongkhapa's precious teaching in 100 directions, annihilating the deluded arguments of malicious opponents. Fearless line of speech, Manjushri, I pray for your long life. On the strict mantras, gradual path of the triple vision and triple tantra, as the 4 mandalas are absorbed through the profound yogas of the 4 empowerments, you realize directly the wisdom of the 4 kayas. All-pervading Lord Vajradhara, I pray for your long life. Mahamudra is the natural state of all things, profound emptiness and clarity, indivisible. With the sunlight of its innate wisdom, you dispel the darkness of samsara and nirvana. Great Lord of Yogins, Milarepa, I pray for your long life. From the treasury of all the mysteries of the ocean of tantras, you make the exquisite water of the 4 rivers that mature and liberate flow into the fields of fortunate disciples. Vajrapani, Lord of secrets, I pray for your long life. Everything in samsara and nirvana occurs as the play of interdependence, arising yet primordially unborn, a state of utter peace. Wise teachers of this profound, of the Madhyamaka that is free from all conceptual elaborations, Lord of Nagas, Nagarjun, you, I pray for your long life. Kulika Pundarika, skilled and perfect exponent of Kala Chakra, with its inseparable outer, inner, and alternative cycles, has appeared in the land of Tibet in the form of a spiritual friend. You who are in essence the original Buddha, Kala Chakra, I pray for your long life. All phenomena of samsara and nirvana are the expanse of the sphere of luminosity, unfluctuating spontaneously, great perfection. In self-liberation, beyond all action, you attain the King of Fruition, primordial Lord Samandabhadra. I pray for your long life. Fearless and without mixing or confusing them, you steered onwards the great chariot of all the Buddha's teaching. Soul refuge for the teaching, and for all beings, Lord Tenzin Gyatso, I pray for your long life 100 times with reverence and awe. The jeweled head of the mighty ones of the three worlds bow to the auspicious wheel of your feet, lotus feet. Great sovereign of Dharma, I pray for your long life. As the Lord of gods, annihilating the demonic forces of the Asuras with a 100-pointed Vajra of power, energy, and strength, destroying the rocky mountains of wrong, perverted views, fearsome Shri Heruka, I pray for your long life. As long as this earth, Mount Meru, sun, and the moon endure, may you remain secure, invincible, and your Vajra throne in the celestial mansion of Patala, Avalokiteshwara's delight, to your secret body, speech, and mind, forever changeless. Through the grace of the three supreme deities of long life and the power of the truth of the masters, Yidams, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, may all that we have prayed for be blessed, and so be accomplished without any obstacle. The great powerful base of the universe. Vajrake Ahum, the boundary ring of mountains encircling Mount Meru. Here is Sumeru, king of mountains in the center. In the east, Purva Videha. In the south, Jambudvipa. In the west, Apara Godania. In the north, Uttarakuru. To the east, Deha and Videha. To the south, Chamara and Apara Chamara. To the west, Shata and Uttaramantrina. To the north, Kurav and Kaurav. Here are the jewel mountain, the wishing tree, the bountiful cow, and the spontaneous harvests in the four continents respectively. The precious jewel, the precious wheel, the precious jewel, precious queen, the precious minister, precious elephant, precious horse, precious general, and vase of great wealth. And here is Lady of Charm, Lady of Garland, Lady of Song, Lady of Dance, Lady of Flowers, Lady of Incense, Lady of Lamps, and the Lady of Perfume. Here are the sun and the moon. Here are this jeweled canopy and banner of universal victory. In the center is all the bountiful wealth of gods and humans. All these pleasing offerings, pure, perfect, and complete, we offer to you, glorious root teachers, together with all the glorious and sacred teachers of the land. In particular, we offer these pure rams to you, complete master of the doctrine, refuge and protector, Lord of the Congress, omniscient and all-seeing one, glorious and noble Lord, Tenzin Gyatso, in gratitude for having excellently received from your lips this profound, your acceptance of our long life, request to live long. Accept it with your compassion for the sake of all beings, and accepting and grant your blessings, we pray. This ground is purified with scented water and strewn with flowers. It is adorned with Sumeru, the four continents, and the sun and the moon. Thinking of it as a blessed Buddha filled, we offer it. May all beings enjoy the happiness of perfectly pure Buddha filled. In the celestial realm encircled by snow peaks. You are the source of every happiness and benefit. Tenzin Gyatso Avalokiteshvara, Lord Avalokiteshvara, may your lotus feet remain firm as until this samsara comes to an end. Next is the prayer of Amita use. Blessing for the tea again, with the prayer to Aryatara. So today, my Dharma friends have made this long life offering, puja offering to me. In my dream, there's indication in my dream that I would live to be 110 or so. On my shoulder, I dreamt Balden Lama sitting on my shoulder and telling me that you will live to be 110 or so. And logically speaking also, we Tibetans are in a very difficult situation. So through the power of our collective karma and aspirations, I, who was born in the northeastern part of Tibet, Dome or Amdo, and many people admire me, and also for the teaching of the Buddha, both the realization and the scriptural, the transmissions, for which I have done service. And so the prophecy of Balden Lama in my dream seems to be quite befitting. And so I was born in Amdo region through my prayers and karma, And so I will live as prophesied by Dalai Lama to be 110 or so. And so please feel at ease, everyone. So the most important thing is, while we are alive, as practitioners and followers of the Buddha Shakyamuni, who has taught us the altruistic mind of bodhicitta and the understanding of the reality of things, that is emptiness, we should do our best to practice these. And so, as prophesied by Dalai Lama in my dream, if we could reflect on these two principles of bodhicitta and the emptiness, we will be making our life a worthy human life. So from my side, I deeply reflect on these true principles of bodhicitta, the altruistic spirit of enlightenment, and the view of emptiness on a daily basis. And to my Dharma friends also, I appeal to you to reflect on these two principles of altruistic mind and emptiness. So for us to accomplish our goals, the best means is to meditate on these two principles. And what will also please Dalai Lama, the Dharma protector lady, is these two practices, and to make offerings of practice to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas also. These are the two most important practices. And so for our own course, Tibetan course as well, if we could meditate on these two, as we find today, there is an increasing number of people in Tibet and China who are paying attention to these practice, and other parts of the world also. So there is increasing interest from people around the world on these two principles. So if we could do our best to reflect on and consider these practices seriously to the best of your ability, the practice of bodhicitta and the view of emptiness, it is our spiritual practice, and this is the main practice, offering of practice to Dalai Lama. So therefore, I urge you, my Dharma friends, to think of the two principles of bodhicitta and the view of emptiness to the best of your ability. I, who was born as a child in Amdo, and I too give thought to this, reflect on this, and contemplate these two principles of bodhicitta and view of emptiness on a daily basis. I urge you, my Dharma friends, also to do the same. And so for your own sake, to accumulate merit and to contribute to the Tibetan cause, this will help. So here today, we are gathered here for offering, to offer. You are gathered here to offer the long life puja offering to me, sincerely offering it to me. And so we are gathered for this. The purpose of making this kind of long life offering is not about making monetary offering as such, but if you could practice bodhicitta and the view of emptiness sincerely, that is the best offering for me to live long. It is the best offering to please me as well. So I have nothing much to say, but my whole life, I may have told it before, according to Dalai Lama's prophecy, I would live to be 110. As I already told you, the Dalai Lama prophesied to me that I would live to be 110. So it is quite clear that I would live to be 110 or so, and I will do my best for the rest of my life, and I urge you to do the same. Do your best for the rest of your life. To Tashi Delek. So it is traditionally my birthday. He's only saying Losar, which I think is referring to his traditional date of birth, 5th day of the 5th month of Tibetan lunar calendar. So we are all hungry, perhaps, by now. So this is the prayer for the flourishing, prayer that the Buddhist teaching may be spread without sectarianism. The Siege is Song of Truth by His Holiness the Dalai Lama, embodiment of the four kayas, an omniscient friend of the sun, Shakyamuni, measureless life and light, Amitabha Amithayus, Aryavalokiteshwara Manjushri Vajrapani, frowning Tara, conquerors, and assembly of bodhisattvas, the seven great successors to the Buddha, the 6 ornaments and the 2 supreme ones of India, 80 Mahasiddhas, 16 elders, and all whose only thought is to benefit the teaching and beings, sublime beings, all you bodhisattvas, hear our prayers. For countless eons, the Supreme Muni, Buddha, perfectly completing the accumulation of merit and wisdom, reached ultimate omniscience, compassion, and ability. By the power of this truth, may the conqueror's teaching in its entirety long remain resplendent. The first to open the way for the Buddha's teaching to light up the land of snow mountains, the abbots, the master and Dharma king, translators, panditas, vidyadharas, the 25 disciples, lord and subjects. By the power of their bodhicitta vows, may the conqueror's doctrine in the land of snow long remain resplendent. With the vast teachings canopy of jewels is the great. Within the vast teachings canopy of jewels is the great treasure of profound practice teaching, glittering with the brilliant rays of profound and vast heart essence. May the conqueror's doctrine in the land of snow long remain resplendent. In the vast expanse of primordial purity of radiant light, all phenomena of samsara and nirvana are perfectly included. This, the peak of all vehicles, is the means leading to Samantabhadra's primordial citadel. May the conqueror's doctrine in the land of snow long remain resplendent. The lineage of the profound view and vast practice, the entire treasure of instructions of which Atisha was the master, is the teaching tradition coming through Damdan Gevejune. May the conqueror's doctrine in the land of snow remain long resplendent. So in this way, this goes through the teachings of the Kadam, then Kagyu and Sakya, Nyingma Kadam, Kagyu, Sakya, and then Geluk. And then a system of explanation unequaled in other sutras and tantras, the combined Buddhan and Jonang traditions. transmits the teaching of realization of the outer, inner, and alternate color chakra. May the conqueror's doctrine in the land of snows long remain resplendent. In short, may the teaching of the 10 great pillars of explanation and the chariot of practice lineage in general, Shiche and the rest, rich with many pith instructions combining sutra and tantra, the conqueror's doctrine in the land of snows long remain resplendent. May the Sangha of those who hold the doctrine live long in harmony and preserve the teaching by means of 3 wheels. May people with confidence in the doctrine fill the whole world, and may the conqueror's non-sectarian doctrine long remain resplendent. Throughout the world, may war and conflict, famine, and violent thoughts and deeds we've never even heard of. May sentient beings have loving kindness, and may the good of the world and its inhabitants increase. May all directions be pervaded by the ocean of happiness and joy. From now on, may I too strive only to study, reflect, and meditate on the vast bodhicitta and profound view, the entire path of the teaching, and swiftly traverse the levels of temporary and eternal happiness. May, for the sake of beings throughout the very limits of space, may I, without ever being downcast, negatively inclined, or lazy, but with joy of confidence and aspiration, engage in the pleasing practice of the sages and the bodhisattvas. May my body, all my wealth and virtuous actions become the cause for happiness for all my mothers, and may the suffering of all them, whatever they may be, all entirely ripen upon me. May all who see, hear, think of, or trust me enjoy the benefits of well-being and happiness, and may those who slander, mistreat, or disparage me, all have the fortune to encounter the path of enlightenment. In short, as long as space endures, as long as there are suffering beings to be found, may I continue likewise to remain, so that directly and indirectly I may be the very one to bring them help and happiness. And next, the prayer of auspiciousness in relation to the 3 jewels was said, and now the prayer of true words, which is invocation of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, enlightened beings, to stop the suffering and misery in Tibet and the world and the universe. It says, in particular, the people of Tibet, inheritors of the Dharma, are being destroyed by the many evils of the barbarian hordes. Malevolent and heartless, in a river of blood and tears, arouse the forces of compassion, that their torment may be swiftly stopped. Those hosts of savage suppressors, cruelly crazed by their own demonic passions, who bring ruin on both others and themselves, deserve our compassion. May they develop a complete vision of right and wrong, and appreciate the benefits of loving care and friendship. In the land encircled by snow mountains, the source of all good and happiness is Tenzin Gyatso, the Lord Avalokiteshvara. May you live until the samsara comes to an end. And then dedication prayers from the King of Prayers, Samandabhadra prayer. In short, Lord, Protector of Avalokiteshvara, in this presence of the conquerors and the bodhisattvas, I pray, take under your care the Buddha field of the land of snows, that the good results of the vast aspirations you have made right now may swiftly come about. May all my mother sentient beings, my parents, have happiness. And may all hell realms be emptied. And may the prayers and aspirations of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas be accomplished. May our Venerable Master live long And may the teaching of Lord Manjushri spread far and wide. So this long life offering is made by these three groups of people, the former staff members of the Central Tibetan Administration, Mentseekhang, the Institute of Medical Astrology, Medicine and Astrology, and then Association of Former Security Personnels, the PSOs of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So His Holiness thanks them all for this long life puja offering.
Mandala